Sometimes it's just tweaking little things that only you notice. And if that's what you need, do it. In life or in your makeup. As I'm sure plenty of you could imagine, I love Valentine's Day. I'm so spirited about a lot of things. I did win most spirited in high school, but I actually already won 2 other superlatives, so they didn't give it to me. They gave it to the girl who painted her face every single football game, who honestly, she deserved it a lot more. McKenna, if you're watching, hey girl, proud of you. I think she's engaged now. She's so pretty. Anyway, to everybody who hates Valentine's Day, I get it. It's a lot all at once for what seems like and probably is no reason. To me, it's just a special day of the year where you get to tell the people that you love them a little bit more, give them a little something special. I love it. It's one of my favorite holidays. And as you can imagine, I really like getting dressed up for it. I like to dress up anytime I can, but especially for Valentine's Day, I like to feel really cute and really pretty and really frilly and lovey. I'm super excited, and I thought to maybe help you get into the spirit of Valentine's Day, I would show you just a quick little Valentine's Day makeup look. It's like a cute wearable Valentine's Day look. I'll stop talking. Let me show you how I do it. I had to cover up my new bedspread with this towel that Michael and I always eat dinner on so that I don't spill anything on my bedspread, which I've already spilled red wine and sardine oil. So I don't know if this blanket's really necessary, but it makes me feel better. Let's bring us a little closer. Sorry about that. I'm a brows first kind of gal. I'll be starting with Anastasia Dip Brow in Blonde and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pencil in 12. I take just a teens of that product, and I like to go with a line right on the bottom just to start to get my shape a little cleaner. To me, that literally already looks so much better. And then I just kind of go in at the back end as I'm dipping into real product. The way I do fill it in is with hair-like strokes for the most part, especially coming more up to the front. However, in the back, I will kind of just go in with a bit more product and draw in the shape that I like. Then as I get to the front, I've picked up more product and I do hair-like strokes just going upward. I really do not have much brow to work with. Yeah, as much as I would love to have big, thick, glorious brows, I don't, and that's fine. So that's what we've got going on right now. I really do try to follow the shape of my natural brow, which I don't hate, I just wish there was more of it. So this is what we'll stick with for right now on this side. I'm gonna do my other side to hopefully match it, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so this is where I'll stop with the brows at the moment, because I will at the very end, after powder and everything, go in with some tinted brow gel. Let's move on. Okay, so only when I'm doing a full face will I really carve out my brows with a flat tipped little detail-y brush that I should wash. And I will take my Light Sand Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and I put just a touch on the back of my hand. I will just straight up I'll just go under that line that I created with my brows anyway, and then I'll sort of soften where it begins with my finger, and I'll just pull it down so that I don't have as hard of a time coloring in the lines. Oh, see, I messed up right there. That's fine. And then I just bring it down, and before it can dry too much, I'll take just another little dot and plop, 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 plop. Okay, so this eye is ready to go for the most part. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And there you go, so these are both done. Also, I think we all know I'm not a beauty guru. I just see some comments sometimes that ask how I do my makeup and they'd like to see more makeup. So, moving on. I'm gonna take this disgusting, pure, that has old eyelash glue on it, pure bronzing palette. It's literally, I have so little to use but it's just a color that matches my skin tone okay, and I really like to set my eyelid before I go in with shadow, because I've just noticed it's a lot easier to like sweep on shadow. It doesn't like skip as much, it doesn't get stuck. That was just a Morphe M52 brush. It's just a big old tapered brush, but I use it for eyes. Excuse me. So now we're going to go into a fan favorite, Irene favorite, which is the first Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. Very well loved. I haven't cleaned it since the last time you saw it. I am gonna stay in the pinkier realm. I'm going to use this one for a transition color. I'm going to use this one for like a deeper transition color. And I'm gonna use one of these two for like the pink vibes. The M511 brush is truly like my favorite transition like crease brush. This is a pretty big brush, and I'm gonna keep this on the outer third. And just bring that in. See how this one already looks like way different? Just by bringing like a light little pinky peachy shade in. And I do kind of flick that out just a touch so that it like elongates my eye more. Same thing on the other side. Some people do one eye at a time, which blows my mind. I don't know how to do that. If I don't do the same thing on each, like one step after another, I feel like I always forget something. And like, even if I didn't, it feels like it, and then I think it looks different, and then I get in my head about it. So, I like one side at a time. Then I take a smaller blending brush, my Morphe M441. I go in with that second darker pink color. And I do the same exact motion, just like a little smaller, honestly. So again, just laying it down, tapping off a little excess, because there was a good amount on there. And just sort of do. I just like barely am touching my skin with this brush, my friends. Leaving my brow bone pretty bright still, like barely touching it with any color. And I don't love this one, so I'm just gonna hit it with that first brush to blend it out a little more. I don't know if you guys can even tell that that made a difference. I don't even know if it really did make a difference. But to me, just doing that little thing, I was like, oh, that's so much better. Sometimes it's just tweaking little things that only you notice. And if that's what you need, do it. In life or in your makeup. We're gonna do that final pink color. I'm gonna use this one. And that's just gonna be my darkest color. So I'm gonna keep that really small, truly on like the outer third, barely kissing the crease. See, like that's so pretty pinky cute to me. Sick. Now, what I'm gonna do is something really special. I have this old pink white MAC pigment called Helium. So if you guys happen to get this as a Christmas present 10 years ago, whip this guy out. And if not, that's fine too. I'm gonna take my lash glue. I mean, I guess it would have to be eye safe, it's lash glue. I don't know if you wanna be putting glue on your eyelid. If you do, follow along. If you don't, stop right here. I'm gonna put a dot right there. Oh, more than I wanted, that's fine. That's gonna get a little tacky. And then I'm gonna bring it up just a little. So it's gonna follow that inner corner highlight up into my face. With that, I'm going to take my pigment, my glitter, whatever you're using that's safe and you're comfortable with, and just dip a teensy little pencil brush right in there and dab it on. Bink, 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 bink. I think that looks so cute. And I'm just blending it a little. I can't tell if one side looks way better or if they're both just equally bad. And of those two options, I can't tell which is the worst thing. Now I'm just gonna do my liner the way I normally would. I will be honest with you, this is the best and most even my eyeliner has turned out in days. See, I think it looks better with liner. And then with lashes, I'm just gonna throw mascara on so that my lashes are not powdery with shadow. So I'm using the Stella Luxe Lash. To everybody who is curious as to how much glue is too much or too little, I use this amount. You do want your lash glue to be super tacky when you put it on, so it kind of just like sticks right then. Tell me your favorite Valentine's Day tradition, be it like Galentine's Day with your besties, or maybe like Guyentine's Day. Is that a thing? Maybe we could make it one. But I am curious. I love hearing about what people get excited about for stuff. So leave that in the comments, what you're most excited about for Valentine's Day. Another thing that when I was starting my little makeup journey, I had a hard time understanding was, when is my lash ready to be put onto my face? I like to do it at about this point. So this glue is really nice. It turns like a transparency bluish green when it's like pretty tacky. I like to put it on kind of like vertical as opposed to horizontal. I think it opens your eye up a little more. And just, I do middle corner, middle, and give it a little squish, 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 and a push. And there's your lash. So that's about it for the eye look. Now we're going to move on to face. I'm gonna change, well, see, now I gotta squish this some more. Move it around because I looked in the camera. Now we're gonna do face. I have to change my battery. We'll be back in 1 second. This is the Makeup Forever Step 1 primer, and this is the Herborian Glow Cream. I do a squeeze of this, squeeze of this, and then I'm gonna use you guys as a little mirski-weirski. Oh. That was maybe too much. Okay. This might be giving some people a little anxiety because I'm just like going around all this makeup that I've now spent a good amount of time doing. And to that I say, you'll get used to it. Can I tell you guys something honestly? I get the privilege of doing this as a job, so with that comes me looking at myself a lot. And a lot of times I'm like, oh my God, I hate the right side of my face. I hate the way it looks, which is frustrating. It's annoying to see something that you don't like and have to look at it a lot and have to live with it. And then I see the left side of my face and I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good face. This is just a reminder that if you have the ability to change something you don't like, live your life, do it. And if you don't want to change it, just start to like it. Even if you're lying to yourself, say, oh, you know, I really like the right side. I can't even say it. I actually really like the right side of my face. I think it's pretty. I think it's got nice cheeks, whatever. Oh, but the thing I was gonna be honest with you about, I was gonna be like, do you guys think that the right side of my face is the bad side of my face and the left side of my face is the good side of my face? And then like, I know so many of you are so kind and sweet and lovely and would be like, they're both perfect, you're so beautiful. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. But I know there would be some real ones with the comments being like, yeah, your right side's pretty bad. And I don't know if I could deal with that. So here's what we're gonna do. Cover it up. I'm just kidding, love yourself. But here's some foundation I like. I am using the Tarte Shape Tape Hydrating Foundation in the shade Light Neutral. This was given to me by my friend Gabby. It was not her shade, so she gave it to me a while back and I think it matches pretty well. Sometimes it oxidizes a little, but what are you gonna do? I took the stopper out just because I knew there was a lot more in there and it was not giving me as much as I would like. And it gets in your hair. Oh well. Here's the thing about bringing it down your neck. I never know when to stop. Because a lot of times I'm not wearing a turtleneck, so it's not like I can just stop there and it's fine. I usually just have a weird like zigzag of me pretending to blend my foundation, which is fine too. This is more foundation than I wanted to put on my face. We're gonna be a full coverage queen today. Which I think I'm usually like a medium coverage kind of vibe. And when it comes to my liner and my brows having already been done, I just sort of like risk it every time. Which is bad advice. But It usually works out okay. I'm gonna use the other side of this sponge just to soak up any of that extra products that there definitely is. The reason I like this foundation is because it was given to me and it matches. I do like the way it stays and the way it wears though. Before I do anything else with powder, I'm going to go in with my cream products. I'm gonna use the same concealer that I used for my, whatever that's called, for my concealer. And I do it a little differently than I did before. So instead of doing the like triangle or like big under here like I used to do, I just do like a dot right in the corner and then I do a little flick up, sort of like a wing. I think it sort of accentuates my wing, which is why I like it. There's really no rhyme or reason to this. I've just found that like I always do it the same way. Sort of like when you brush your teeth and you don't really realize it, but you always start on the same like side. Really interesting stuff coming from this side of the room. Bingo bango, you're done. Look at us, we're cute as hell. Ugh, I'm so bummed. I don't have much of this powder left, but I love it. I realized that I looked like garbage in all of my pictures where I used Laura Mercier powder. I don't know if was my fault. Maybe I put too much. Maybe it just wasn't the product that was made for me. So this is the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder in Translucent Light. So I've just got a touch in my cap and I usually hit under my eye. Anywhere that I just put concealer, damn, I'm out of powder already. Then I'll start going into the places that have just wet foundation on it normally. I just really don't want to run out of that powder. And I don't know when I'll get to go back to Ulta. So now we're all powdered up. All powdered up. Oh, this is my favorite powder brush, the E3. So I made my own palette of the products I use most often. Like this is my favorite contour. I got it from the Tarte contour kit. I'll put a picture of it right here because I don't remember the actual name of it, but I just popped it out and threw it in here. So I take my M523 and I just like dip, 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 dip. Good tap. And I start relatively high because I like to pretend like I have very high cheekbones. And I'll basically go on my cheekbone. And I just shove that baby in there. Little circles. There you go. Does that look muddy? Maybe. Do I care? Different story. Then I bring it up my temple and right onto my forehead. This is honestly, it's so funny because I used to just like truly never wear foundation. But this has become one of my favorite parts of my makeup routine just because like you see such a difference. And I feel like it's one of those subtle differences that's just like this side looks so much better. I don't know how to nose contour. This is not a nose contour at all. This is simply bringing a little bit of color that would be natural color to my nose anyway. So I just take a Morphe E27, dip, 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 get a bunch of it off. Then I start right here, so lightly, like not even touching it basically, just to bring a little bit of accent to where my nose hits my eyebrow. And then I just bring it down the side. This, I don't know what I'm doing. I do a little on the bottom to make it look like my nose is shorter. I do the same thing on the other side. So light, down the side, don't know what I'm doing, just pretending. I just think, if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, I think it makes me kind of look like a deer, which is cool to me. It's just like, at this point, if there's something that makes me like my nose a little bit, phenomenal. Then I take that same powder brush, and because I didn't know what I was doing that whole time, I sort of just soften that all so it's not too crazy town. I just think that looks prettier. I think it kind of ties everything in more. E4. My blush brush. I'll probably use this guy, not super, super pink. Yeah, I just like dip, 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 dip. These, I think, are Makeup Geek blushes that I got like 100 years ago. They're pretty pigmented, so I try to tap off the excess. I smile. I definitely became a fan of that blush trend where everyone's like, put blush everywhere. And so now I do that, even though I don't know how to do it properly. Like, I think the blush on the nose is so freaking cute, but I don't think I'm doing it right, you know? Oh well, maybe I did it too right. Because now it looks like I'm just sunburnt. Where are we? Being cute as hell. Now we're gonna do a little highlight. We're gonna use this Becca highlighter that came in a Becca highlight palette. I do not remember the name. I will try to find it. I'm using the lightest color. I usually mix these two. Maybe I will do a touch of that one. Okay, I'm using both. And I just put it on the highlights of my cheeks. Bing, 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 bing. This, I think, is something that brings it all together, is when you do your bottom line or bottom eyeshadow. I'm gonna take that last color I used, that dark pink. Look at her. Just think it makes the eyes like a little sexier. Mascara only on the outer half. You guys, we're crushing this. Crushing this. Now, I'm going to do my lipstick. I'm going to use a pretty little dark pinkish nudie kind of color. Also using the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in the shade Chocolate. Just flicking that up, 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 up. This is another one of those things that I don't know if it actually does much, but it's part of my routine, so I do it. Look at me, I look pretty. Also with lips, I have been really liking to kind of cover my Cupid's bow. Kind of gone like that. So you're normally like this, go like this. Just sort of round it out. Okay, so small problem. Fixed. And that just gives you a bit of a guide. Also, I've had lipstick on my teeth in my past like 6 videos, so thank you guys for not saying anything. Last and final step is just a little continuous setting mist from Morphe. I don't know about you guys, I feel like I always miss a spot when I do setting spray, but here's our final look. So it's just like, I did not touch my hair, don't pretend, let's not. Here's our final look. Jesus Christ, maybe I should have kept it up. Feels very, very cute. Feels very flirty, I feel sexy, I feel excited, I feel in a very lovey mood. I hope you guys try this look, or if not, just try to do something that makes yourself feel great on Valentine's Day because you deserve it. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, let me know. Leave in the comments below. Let me know what else you'd like to see from me. I love making any videos that you guys want, so just keep me updated. Oh my God. Okay, bye.